Okay, let's unpack this. I have to start today's deep dive with a bit of a confession.
Mm.
We are looking at two words today that, for my entire life, I have treated like identical twins. I thought they were basically interchangeable.
You are definitely not the only one.
They look the same, they sound the same, and honestly, in casual conversation, I swap them out constantly, without a second thought.
These two words are probably the most common stumbling block I see, even for, native speakers.
We are talking about either and neither. And to help us navigate this maze, we have this really fantastic, easy guide infographic from the creator, English with Safa.
It's a great one.
It is. It's this great visual note sheet. It literally looks like a page torn out of a diligent student's notebook. It's
Mhm.
got these hand-drawn diagrams of dresses, coffee cups, and some very stressed out looking cartoon characters.
It's a great resource because it strips away all the textbook jargon and just focuses on the logic. And that's really the mission of this deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't just memorizing grammar rules today. We need to decode the binary choice. That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
We need to understand how the English language handles the concept of two versus the concept of zero.
And specifically why my brain, and probably your brain if you're listening, wants to break the rules that are right here on this sheet.
Mm-hmm.
There is a quick comparison checklist at the bottom of this source that highlights mistakes I hear in business meetings every single day.
Oh, all the time.
Specifically, how to agree with someone when they say something negative. It trips everyone up.
It does. It's a total minefield. But before we get to the social traps and how to survive a coffee date, we have to build the foundation.
Oh.
We have to understand the mechanics of the choice.
Right, so let's start at the top of the sheet, the green section. Either.
Either.
The source gives us a definition that seems, I don't know, deceptively simple. It says one of two.
Right.
And then in parentheses it says this one or that one.
That is the fundamental concept. Either is the word of possibility. It acknowledges that there are two options on the table, but, and this is the part people miss, you were only engaging with one of them.
Effectively.
Yeah, it's a singular focus.
The visual here is perfect for that. We've got two dresses hanging up. One is pink, one is blue.
Uh-huh.
And there's a big arrow pointing to them with the word or.
Right. It's binary. It's A or B. You aren't wearing both dresses at the same time.
Unless it's a very avant-garde fashion show.
Fair enough. But generally, no.
So the example sentence right next to it is, you can choose either dress. That feels natural enough.
It does.
But where this gets sticky for me is when we look at the forms list underneath.
This is where the logic gets interesting. So the source lists two ways to structure this. First, either plus singular noun.
Okay, like either dress.
Either dress. Makes sense. Dress is singular.
Right.
But look at the second form. Either of plus plural noun. So either of the options.
Yep.
Either the candidates.
And there's a note in parentheses there that I think is the key to this whole mystery. It says, treated as singular.
Yes. This is the first big takeaway. Even though you were talking about options, plural, multiple things, the word either acts like a laser pointer.
A laser pointer.
Think about it. It points to them one at a time. It scans the room. It points to option A and says, this is valid. Then it points to option B and says, or this is valid. It never broadens the beam to circle them both at the same time.
So that explains the example further down the list. It says, either of the options I's fine. See, my brain wants to fight that. My ear wants to say either of the options are fine because options is right there next to the verb. Options are.
I know it sounds correct.
It sounds so correct to me.
That is what linguists call the principle of proximity. Your brain sees a plural noun, options, and it desperately wants to match it with a plural verb, are. It's a reflex. But the grammatical logic of either overrides that. It's what we call a distributive determiner.
A distributive determiner. That sounds intense.
It just means it distributes the action to the items individually. Either one of the group I is fine. It forces you to treat the group as individuals.
So if I'm in a meeting and I say, either of these marketing plans are good, I'm technically incorrect.
According to strict grammar and this guide, yes. Or you should say, either of these marketing plans is good.
Wow.
It implies plan A is good or plan B is good. Singular.
That is going to take some serious rewiring. It feels so formal. Either of them is.
It's precise, and precision often feels formal. But once you get it, you realize it clears up ambiguity. You aren't blurring the lines, you're keeping the options distinct.
The source also lists the uses here. It says either is used for positive sentences, questions, and choices.
Positive sentences is an interesting distinction, especially when we compare it to what's coming next. But
Yeah.
generally, yeah, either is an optimistic word. It offers a path forward. Either answer is correct. It's opening a door.
Okay, so either is the open door. It's the pink dress or the blue dress. Now let's look at the red section of the infographic. The door slamming shut. Neither.
The shift to negative.
The definition here is not this one, Andy, not that one. And in parentheses, 0 of 2.
0 of 2. That is such a crucial way to think about it. If either is 1, neither is 0.
The visual here is a little sadder. It's 2 characters, and they both have red X's next to them.
Well, nobody is happy.
Nobody is happy. They're rejecting the binary entirely.
Exactly. But here is where it gets really interesting. Look at the uses section for neither. What does it say about the sentence structure?
It says negative meaning, but sentence stays positive.
This is the positive trap. This is huge.
Okay, explain that.
In many languages, or even in some dialects of English, if you want to say you don't like anything, you pile on the negatives. You create a negative storm.
Right, like I don't see nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in standard English, neither is so powerful, it does the work all by itself. It's like a Trojan horse of negativity.
Trojan horse. I like that image.
The sentence looks positive on the outside. Look at the example in the source. I like neither option.
I like. That starts off positive.
Right. I like you're expecting a compliment. You're expecting enthusiasm. But then neither enters the gates and turns the value of the whole sentence to 0.
Wow. I like neither.
So you don't say, I don't like neither option.
No, because that would be a double negative.
Right. Don't is negative. Neither is negative. In math, 2 negatives make a positive.
Yeah.
In language, 2 negatives usually just make you sound confused, or at least very non-standard.
I like neither option. It sounds very decisive, almost executive.
It is. It's very precise.
Yeah.
And just like either. Look at the forms.
It's the same pattern. Neither plus singular noun or neither of plus plural noun.
And again, the critical note, treated as singular.
So even though I'm rejecting 2 things, 2 bad ideas, 2 ugly dresses, I'm rejecting them individually.
Precisely. You're looking at option A and saying no. You're looking at option B and saying no. So the verb remains singular.
So neither of the options is good.
Not are good.
Now are good.
The source is very firm on this. The visual shows those red X's. You are Xing them out one by one.
It's funny because neither can sound so natural in casual conversation. Neither of them are coming to the party.
It does. And let's be real. If you say neither of them are coming at a backyard barbecue, nobody is going to drop their hot dog and correct you.
Probably not.
But this is a deep dive. We want mastery. And logically, neither equals 0. But it gets there by looking at one, then the other. It's singular logic.
Okay, so we've got the definitions. Either is the laser pointer on one. Neither is the double rejection.
Yes.
Now we get to the part of the source that I think is the most helpful for actual daily life. The middle section titled, Either, Neither in Responses.
The social dance of agreement. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Right. There's a coffee cup visual here. And we have a scenario. Person A says, I don't like coffee.
A tragedy in itself. But let's accept the premise.
Okay, so person A is a coffee hater. Now, person B wants to agree. They also don't like coffee. The source gives us 2 ways to handle this. Option A is in the green column.
Option A uses either. The response is, I don't either.
I don't either. We hear this all the time, but let's look at the table underneath it. It lists positive meaning. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
How is I don't either positive? I am agreeing with a negative statement.
This is a really subtle nuance of the source material. When it says positive meaning under the either column, it's referring to the grammatical function or the polarity of the word either itself.
Polarity.
Yeah, either is neutral to positive. It cannot carry the no by itself. It needs a bodyguard.
A bodyguard.
In the sentence, I don't either, where's the negativity coming
A
from?
word don't.
Exactly. Either is just there to link the choice. It's playing its standard role, 1 of 2.
Yes.
You are saying you don't like it. Okay, valid. For my part, I don't either.
Got it. So either needs a partner. It needs the don't to make sense in a negative context.
Exactly. It can't do the heavy lifting of negation alone. If you just said, I either, it would mean nothing.
Now let's look at the red column, the neither response.
Here, the response is, neither do I.
Neither do I. Short, punchy.
And look at the table. Negative meaning. And used to reject both.
It says used to reject both. But in this context, aren't I agreeing with you?
You are agreeing with the sentiment, but grammatically, you are engaging in a mutual rejection of the coffee.
Ah.
You are saying, neither one of us likes coffee.
Ah, I see. So neither do I is effectively saying zero of us like this.
Yes. And notice the structure. In I don't either, the word order is subject, verb, object, essentially.
Boy.
I don't either.
Right.
But in neither do I, the word neither jumps to the front. It leads the charge.
It's asserting the negative right away.
Correct. It's that Trojan horse again.
Yeah.
Because neither already has the negative meaning. You don't need the word don't. You just use the auxiliary verb do.
Neither do I.
Mm-hmm.
If you said neither don't I, that would be a mess.
That would be a double negative train wreck.
So to recap the coffee scenario, if I want to use either, I need a helper negative. I don't either.
Right.
If I want to use neither, it stands alone at the front. Neither do I.
You've got it.
Yeah.
It's two paths to the same destination, but the machinery under the hood is different. One requires a helper, one stands alone.
Okay, let's move to the bottom of the sheet. The quick comparison. This is the final exam.
The myth-busting section.
The source uses these big red X's and green check marks to show us exactly where we mess up. Let's look at mistake number 1.
This goes back to what we discussed earlier, but it's the most common one. The red X says, neither are correct.
And the green check says, neither is correct.
I'm glad the source put this right at the bottom as a final reminder. It is so tempting to treat neither as a group. Neither of them are coming. Neither of the shoes are fitting.
Right.
What the logic of English says, no, you are looking at shoe A. It doesn't fit.
Yes.
You're looking at shoe B. It doesn't fit. Neither I is fitting. Neither I is correct.
It isolates the subject. It refuses to let them gang up on the verb.
It does. It forces you to deal with things one by one.
Okay, mistake number 2. This is the one that I think trips up non-native speakers the most, but I hear it everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
The red X says, I don't like it too.
Oh, this is a classic. And it feels so innocent, right? If you want to agree, me too.
Right. I like coffee. I like it too. That works. So why does I don't like it too get a big red X?
This is about that concept of polarity we touched on. The word to, T-O-O, is designed for positive agreement. It's a plus word.
Okay.
It adds to a positive pile. But as soon as you introduce a negative, I don't like coffee, the polarity of the sentence flips to negative.
Ah.
The word to stops working. It clashes. You cannot use a positive adder like to agree with a negative statement. You have to switch to either.
So I don't like it too is just fundamentally broken grammar.
It is. It's a polarity mismatch. Don't is negative, to is positive. They don't mix.
You need either.
You need either. Because as we saw on the coffee table, either is the bridge that works with don't. I don't either.
That is such a simple rule, but hard to remember in the moment. Positive match. Use to. Negative match. Use either.
Exactly. Let's do a quick stress test. I'll say a sentence. You agree with me.
I'm ready.
I am really tired.
I am too.
I am not hungry.
I am not either.
Or if you want to be fancy,
Neither am I.
look at you synthesizing the source material.
I'm learning. But it really does help to see it laid out like this.
It does. It shows that these aren't just arbitrary rules. There's a system.
Mhm.
Either is for choices. Either is for rejection. And both of them demand that you look at things individually, which is why they take that singular verb.
It clears things up. It's not just about memorizing is or are. It's about realizing that neither is a very specific, very precise tool for saying zero.
And that brings us to the bigger picture here. What stands out to me is just how efficient English tries to be with this binary logic.
How?
Well, think about it. We have a dedicated word, neither, just to say 0 of 2.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have specific single word for 0 of 3 or 0 of 4.
That's true. If I have 3 bad options, I can't say neither of the 3.
No, that would be incorrect. You'd have to say none is the catch-all for large groups.
Yes.
Neither is exclusive. It is locked to the number 2.
And either is locked to the number 2 as well.
Exactly. So we have a special VIP section of grammar just for the number 2.
We do.
It suggests that binary choices, this or that, yes or no, left or right, are so fundamental to how human beings process the world that our language evolved specific high-precision tools just to handle that duality.
We really like splitting things into 2 piles.
We do, and we have special words to handle those piles. We don't want to just say no to both. We want a specific word that rejects the binary entirely.
Well, that is something to think about the next time you're deciding between 2 coffees. Or rejecting both of them because neither is hot enough.
See what you did there? Neither is
I caught myself. I almost said, neither are.
progress in real time.
So listener, here is your challenge. The next time you are in a meeting or at dinner and someone presents two options that you hate, catch yourself. Before you say, neither of them are good, stop. Remember the red X on the infographic, remember the singular logic, and confidently say, neither of them is good.
And enjoy the feeling of grammatical perfection.
Exactly. Thanks for diving deep with us on these tricky little words. We'll see you on the next one.